had a friendship for the last year and a half, right? And we do get on as friends. I liked what we had. We didn't speak all the time, but it was, you know, when we would speak, it was just nice, like normal conversation. We've had times where it hasn't been normal conversation. We went on a night out together. I can't remember when it was, but we did kiss on the night out. Now, I didn't think in that moment, I didn't think, oh, we're going to get back together. You know, it was just, we were enjoying ourselves, we were having fun. And I think because it was just familiar, we shared a kiss. But I had a moment of anxiety after it happened where I was like, oh God, like, I hope that doesn't affect like what we have, you know. And then we had a conversation about it. So after that night out, literally like a day or two later, he messaged me and was like, oh, did you enjoy our smooch the other night? Obviously we released the second episode of the podcast, and obviously I talked about him a little bit in it. So the day after I released that episode, I got a message from some girl, and she said to me, hey, would you mind giving me a call on this number? And I was like, no. I was like, why? And she said, it's just about your podcast. And I was like, oh, what about it? And she was like, I think you're talking about my boyfriend. So I was like, oh. So obviously I called her. Now, I've said this before, I'm a fucking girl's girl.
Yeah.
Like, I will give you all the information you need. Like, you know what I mean? If he's done something wrong, I'm not going to protect him because he shouldn't have done it in the first place. So I call her and I was like, hey, I assume you're talking about episode 1, because obviously I talked about the funny date story in episode 1. And she was like, no, episode 2. Like, oh, I was like, who's your boyfriend? And she was like, him. Well, I can't say his name, obviously. I'm not going to say his name. And I was like, oh, right. And then she was like, yeah, we've been in a relationship for nearly 3 years.
I couldn't believe this when you told me. I mean, obviously on here we're having this discussion so that for the benefit of you guys, really, so you guys know the full story. But honestly, when Emily told me this, I was like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, we were actually on our way to film an episode of the podcast, weren't we, when you told me? And she spoke to you for a little bit before we went into the podcast, didn't she?
So I spoke to her on the phone. We were on the phone for like over 2 hours. Like, it was a long time. And do you know what? She was lovely on the phone, thank God, because I know some people can be, they blame you, don't they? And I straight away, I said to her, I was like, oh my God, I said, I'm so sorry. I was like, I had no idea. And then I told her everything. And I told her why we broke up. He said that he broke up with me because I was cheating on him and sending nude photos to other guys. And I was like, no, that is not why we broke up at all. No. He said that he'd had her up by her throat, had spat on her. That is, first of all, I was like, why did you stay with him?
Yeah, doesn't make sense at all.
No, but like, oh my God, girl, I feel like hitting me is one thing. Spitting on me, that's a whole other level of fucking disrespect. Like, oh my God, if a man spat on me, I'd have a fucking fist fight with you if you spat on me.
It's gross.
Disgusting.
It's
so
disgusting. And it's disrespectful.
So, oh my God, beyond belief.
Why did she stay? I mean, what is that? Why are you in? And then this is what you're bothered about. This is the breaking point.
Right, exactly.
Like,
yes.
Come on.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah, there was at one point she said as well on the phone, she was like, oh, like, I don't understand why he's thrown away a nearly 2.5 year relationship for someone he'd been with for 4 months. And I was like, you know, and I know that she's hurting, but like, I hate it when people undermine your experience. But, you know, I said to her, I was like, it might have only been 4 months, but like the intensity of the relationship was huge. And even though we were together 4 months, I said to her, the reason we were only together 4 months is because I left at the first thing.
Yeah. You
know, the first major boundary cross, you know, you've punched yourself in the face. That's it. Like, that's instant dismissal.
Yeah, done.
You know, some things I feel like, you know, you can make a mistake and you can apologize for that as long as you don't do it again. Then you can sort of move past it. Something like that, no.
And I think it's also that was such a good decision on your part.
Yeah.
Because it's very obvious, because it actually did move into violence, didn't it? So
exactly.
So not with you,
yes,
but with her. So that's a clear indicator. This man is a violent man, aggressive man.
You know, I want to say this, and like, if the girl who was watching, I'm obviously not going to say her name, who was involved, I really hope you have binned him off, because and I wanted to talk about this because it happens all the time. And people, and if you're listening at home and this sounds like something that you have experienced, that is not love. It's
not. And also, you're worth so much more. And this is the thing, you are worth so much more. And I always feel like if you end up in a position where you are in a relationship like that, you have a lot of self-love that you need to work on. You need to work on loving yourself. It isn't always easy to walk away. It isn't. It's hard. And it's one thing for us to say, actually, cut it off at, you know, these points. But when you love somebody, or when they have a hold on you, it's hard to do that. But yeah, I agree. I seriously hope that she has binned him off.
I'm just not convinced, because she messaged me before his birthday and obviously found out everything. And she told me that they had a holiday booked. He didn't have a job for a year and a half solid of their relationship.
Come on. A year and a half. So he's just like living off her.
Yeah, sponging off her. Waste man. Literally,
absolutely waste
fucking
man.
amen to that.
Yeah. What a dickhead.
Yeah, literally. Like, and as well.
Why
anyway,
are you in this
why
relationship? Why? What is he bringing to the table?
Yeah, nothing.
Fuck off.
But it's because of that toxic hold it has on you, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so he didn't have a job for that long. She was like financing his lifestyle for all of that time. She told me that she was making his she was applying for jobs for him, like anyway, it's not productive for me to go on about how annoying this is, because I know I get it. I do have sympathy for her, because I understand that when you're in that, you do silly stuff. These men don't love you.
Serve a purpose to them.
Yeah,
they want to control you.
Yes,
they want to control
that's all
you.
It is. Yeah.
And you serve a purpose, but it isn't true love. It's not love.
It's, you know, I hope that she knows and does feel better that, like, it's not her.
No,
it's nothing to do with her. There is nothing she could have done differently.
Yeah.
You know, it is all him, and he will, until he sorts himself out, he will continue to treat every woman like this. And I think for her, she should have some peace with that fact.